What is up, YouTube? This is the Mermail Master coming at you guys from the Team Time Riders YouTube channel with fidget spinner Sergio himself. And Sergio's got a crazy deck profile for you guys today. What are you profiling?
A deck that I've been playing since at least June. I've been playtesting it. I am currently in progress with testing it for Circuit Break. I got Trickstar.
Nice.
This deck is so much fun. I love the artwork on these cards. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains. The TV shows, the animes is really good right now. I highly recommend watching it. And I just like these fun control decks. But yeah, let's get started. So I played 3 Candina. Literally straddles to the deck. Searches out literally everything that's Trickstar related. Anytime your opponent activates a spell or trap, they take 200, and it's not a once per turn effect, so you can literally just summon, chain Lycoris, bounce it back, chain summoning to this, and then you get to normal summon 3 more times, which is pretty cool. And then we got Lycoris. This one keeps pressure on your opponent because whenever they add a card to their hand, they take 200 damage. It's a 1600 body too, and also it can special summon itself just by targeting another Trickstar. And if you have 3 in your hand, you can target the same Trickstar and they all come out. And also this helps push with the the OTK, FTK kind of thing with reincarnation, because it stacks. It's not just oh, they draw 5, you take 200. No, you draw 5, you take 1,000, and they all stack. And plus 1600 body is pretty nice, and it really does help with pushing for game during battle phases too, because you can just tag out your other ones as long as it's not alone with Light Chorus, and just swing for game. Next we got Lilybell. The only one of you play for the Trickstars right now. Right now all we really got for Trickstars are these 3 monsters and the 1 Link monster. So there's not much options with this. So you play the 1 Lilybell because Lilybell can special summon herself from the hand if you add it not by drawing. So if you add it off Light Stage or by Candina's effects, or pretty much just from anywhere really, she can special summon herself out. She has a 2000 defense booty, which is pretty good, and also she can attack directly for 800. And on the surface it doesn't look like that much, but in the long run it's really good, especially when paired up with Light Stage. It becomes 1,000, and also the fact that you can pretty much just combo this off well with Lycoris, because you can add 2 cards from your graveyard. Whenever it does battle damage to your opponent, you get to add a Trickstar from your graveyard, Trickstar monster. So you can just add back Candina to search out later turn, or Trickstar Lycoris to keep pressure on the opponent. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all the Trickstars. Next we play a Wind Witch Engine. Wind Witch Engine, it's kind of crucial in this deck. It helps you build up your chain links for chain summoning, and it also gives at least a good 500 to 1300 burn damage, and it gives you a free crystalling, which is pretty nice, at the cost of only being able to special summon wind monsters. I personally think that this isn't the best variant, but I mean right now with the support that we have, at least until Circuit Break, this is mandatory to have in the deck, because this deck needs what it can in order to survive. The only real problem is that you might be drawing your Winter Bell, or you might be drawing your Glass Bell, and you don't have your Ice Bells, and if you summon your Glass Bell, you have to search your Ice Bell and just hope you don't draw into the Glass Bell, and for the rest of that turn you can't summon anything that's not a wind, which honestly sucks, but I mean, for now we gotta do what we gotta do. Next we play Hand Traps, 3 draw unlock. Card's busted. This card, honestly, I think one of these days is going to get banned just because how stupid it is. It does this stupid combo with Reincarnation, the one where you banish the opponent's hand, they can't draw. The combo, I don't really rely much on the combo, but this is really good to have, just because it stops your opponent from pretty much adding stuff after they add one. They get 1 search, which is fine, and they can't add anything else afterwards, which is pretty nice. And it's really crucial with making sure your opponent has a control on your opponent's hand, in a sense.
I still can't believe that rule works that way. That's insane.
It's so good. I love that ruling. Next we play 2 Ghost Ogres. Ogre's really good this format, hits the important field spells, hit important monsters, hit basically just important continuous traps, everything like that. It's just a really good card, and in general this card has saved my ass so many times. Yeah, it's a good card. Next we play 2 Honest. If you notice, like all the Trickstar monsters are pretty small, 18, 16, and 800. So Honest is really good in this deck because it helps bait out your opponent's big monsters in a sense, but not really. It kind of makes them like afraid once they realize you have the Honest in your hand or anything like that. Once they realize they're playing Honest, it kind of makes them like think a little bit before they attack into you, and that could cause them to misplay or like fall into your traps and all that. But yeah, Honest is really good. I think it's like pretty much necessary in any deck that's like majorly light and like has really low attack points. This card really never breaks that much, and like sometimes this also helps out. If like you break, you normal summon him, you poke for 11, bring him back, and then you have like all your back row set, which is pretty nice. Next, the 1 Maxi, of course.
Let's let the viewers see this right here.
Spanish.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, Maxi, it's self-explanatory. I wish this card was at 3, but it's probably gonna get banned soon. But might as well play while you can. Very powerful card. Pretty much slows down your opponent, can stop them sometimes, even sometimes pretty much wins you a game just because your opponent can't stop. And if your opponent does decide to take the challenge, you get more resources.
No. I only pulled World Shots.
Next we go off the spells, 3 field spell and 3 terraforming. You play the 3 field spell. It's like Union Hanger, how when it's activated it searches a Trickstar, so they can't really do much aside from like Ash or Droll and Luck you after you activate it. Also, it's not a hard once per turn, so you can just like activate Trickstar Light Stage, activate Terraforming after you add, and then add another one, and then just add another Trickstar, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Also, basically it makes all your Trickstar effects pretty much do 400 in a sense at least. So like your Lycorises are gonna become 400 damage because it just adds another 200. And same thing with your with everything else, and also anything that they do with battle damage, they take 200 more.
Yo, what's his number, bro?
And also, it has a pretty neat effect of like, as long as this card is on the field zone spell, field zone area, basically you can target one set spell or trap your opponent controls, and for the rest of this turn, after this effect resolves, they cannot activate it until the end phase. And on the end phase, they have to either activate it or send it to the graveyard. And this is really cool because like you might hit something that they don't want to activate, but they have to, or like you might hit like a counter trap that they
cannot,
that they straight up can't activate on the end phase. So it's really good for like making sure your opponent has like, if they have like 1 or 2 back rows, you don't have to worry about it that much. But like it's a really good card in general. I love this card, especially I love the artwork. Great. Next we play Broken Card, 3 Chain Summoning. This card is stupid, it's bonkers. There are way too many times where I win. One time a couple weeks ago, no, it was last weekend at my locals. It was the last round, and I was playing the Trickstar Mirror, and this thing was so bad that this one won me game 1, and like it was just getting bonkers because we both drew it. So it got to the point where it's like, okay, let's do a gentleman's agreement, side these out. Because this thing is like really game changing, especially with the Trickstars. Because you could just normally your Candina activates effects as Chainlink 1.
What are you doing?
And if you have like a Lycoris in your hand, you chain Lycoris as Chainlink 2, and then you chain Summoning as Chainlink 3, or you do it with the Wind Witches, where you summon your Ice Spell effect, Special Summon, and then after the summon resolves, Chainlink 1 Snova, Glass Spell, Chainlink 2 Ice Spell to add, and then burn 500. And you chain this as Chainlink 3, and then you have like a Candina or like a Field Spell in your hand, and basically you can just go off from there pretty much. You get to add like at least 3 cards. It's just bonkers, honestly.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a really stupid like card. That honestly, when I first saw this like a couple years back, I'm just like, this card's never gonna see any play. It's a really gimmicky card, but here I am now playing this card.
I mean, people said the same thing about a Pointer or the Red Lotus.
Yeah, Pointer Red Lotus is really gimmicky, but it's still not that great. But it's powerful. I won't lie, but it's not that great. Next we got 3 Cosmic Cyclones. Generic spell and trap removal. Cyclones is pretty much a staple in this format, just because you want to hit the barrage so that they can't like use it as material or anything like that. You want to hit their True Draco spells and traps so that they don't get the graveyard effects to disrupt your plays, things like that. It's just really good all around. Amazing card at only the cost of 1,000 life points. It's whatever. You don't care about life points half the time.
Yeah.
Next we play Broken Card, Reincarnation.
Most expensive card in the set right now, I think.
No, it's back to being Firewall now. This card used to be the most expensive. I bought these for 20s when they came out, bro. This is amazing. But yeah, it's a great card. It's the one that does the stupid draw and lock combo and also allows for the OTK FTK with Candinas. So basically, with these, you pretty much banish your opponent's whole hand, and then they draw the same amount that they had, and then you just burn them for damage with the Lycoris. Or what you do is like you wait for them to search, or like if you have 2 set, you wait for them to search. You know, when it resolves, flip as chain link 1 and then chain link 2. You banish their hand, they don't get to draw.
Wow.
It's stupid. It's honestly a stupid combo. It also has the graveyard effect, where it's like not like, oh, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. It has a graveyard effect where you can banish it from your graveyard and special summon a Trickstar from your grave. It's pretty neat.
Oh, hey, what's up, David?
Yeah. So that's the Trickstar trap, and then last trap we play is the Solemn Squad. You know, generic, like you want to stop your opponent from playing. It's great to have Solemn cards. You know, it's just all-around great cards to have. It's a 40-card main deck. At one point, I was toying around with a 44 card main deck, but I decided to cut some things out like Ash Blossoms and what's it called? A third ogre. So I decided to just play 2 ogres. Onto the extra deck. Extra deck's pretty much generic, really, except for like a couple of cards. Just because of what goes in the side deck. You play double Holy Angel. You could play 3, but like I think 2 is the right ratio because you never really go into the extra deck aside from like making a crystalling and all that.
Yep.
It's a good card. You know, each time your opponent takes damage from a Trickstar's what is it, effect? Yeah, by a Trickstar monster's effect, this gains 200 attack points onto it. And also, whenever like you summon a monster to one of the pointers here, your opponent takes 200 damage. You know, this thing stacks with the light stage too. So like, you summon a guy, 200. You know, it really stacks, and this thing can get like up to some absurd numbers sometimes. I've had this go up to at least 34 one time, and it was kind of crazy. But yeah, it's a really good card. It's like very situational. Once Circuit Break comes out, so that we have access to Sweet Double, I'd probably cut maybe 1 or maybe even keep the 2 just for a Sweet Double. But right now, it's 2 is the perfect ratio for me. Let's see here. And next we play Double Crystalling. Personally, I just have the 2 Crystalling in case, like, you know, the off chance that somebody cherries the Crystalling. I know it doesn't like sound like that often, but I have like that small like uncertainty that it does, and also it's just translation because I have a spit 4-in-1. But yeah, you know, Crystalling, you know, it's a Wind Witch ending. You can't play Wind Witches without the Crystalling, bro.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful card. You can lock your opponent out sometimes. Next we got Stardust. It's pretty much just to make with the level 4 and like Glass Spell by any chance. If you for some reason have both of them out and like the Glass Spell, or like they get rid of both your Crystallings and your only option is really to make a Stardust, or like you think that defensive play is necessary, just make the Stardust, you know, and go from there. Stardust is a very powerful card, you know, it's always been relevant, you know, might as well play it. Next we play 3 level 7s. We got the Winter Bell, of course, for burn damage and for the generic Crystalline play. Clearing, same thing. It's not really for the burn, it's more for like defensive purposes in a sense. Like if you think your opponent's gonna like try and do something like with a monster effect to pop into your guys, you can just be like Crystalline negate, you know, prevent all that from happening.
So quick question though, because I don't know if you know, but the Clearwing Fast Dragon just came out.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up a copy right now for that. If I were to pick up a copy, I would probably cut probably one of my other cards in this actually. Maybe even cut out the regular Crystalling. I'm not sure yet. But I've been toying around with Fast Dragon. It's just right now the level 7s I've been playing with have been pretty good, but I think I might cut out the second Crystalling, to be honest. I'm not sure yet. But once I do pick up a copy, I'm definitely putting it in there.
It's you think it's that good?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing card. Next, play the 1 Black Rose.
Yep.
It's pretty self-explanatory. I love Black Rose. Black Rose nuke the board is pretty powerful. Same thing is like if you have the like you normal summon the snow bell, the glass bell, and you have like a level 3 there, and like it's like, and it comes up, it's like, you know, might as well drop one down, see if you can bait something out, things like that. Very powerful card, very explosive card. It'd be a huge blowout, you know. It's an amazing card. Next we play some XCs. You don't typically go into them that often, but they're like there in case options happen. Mist Dweller, it's a pretty good card. You know, it stops graveyard effects, things like that. Utopia package pretty much gets over big monsters, though I don't ever really see myself going into this, just because right now the format, it's not very good for Utopia.
Yeah.
Because as soon as, like, you know, they see the Utopia or they see the lightning, they're just gonna pop it, and you know, it's not. It's like a poor investment. And next I also play some cherry targets. Minerva for Lightsworn players.
Yeah, keep in mind, guys.
Literally just to make them salty with this.
That's that YCS Minerva, guys.
It's literally the only reason why I play this one is because to make them salty. ABC, because of the recent resurgence in ABC that I've noticed. People, as soon as Circuit Break comes out with the Strudo, this is gonna be like one of the best contenders as soon as the ban list drops, if it ever drops. ABC is definitely gonna be one of the best contenders, and Dryden just to prevent the Zodiacs from, like, you know, having hard pressure on me. This deck really doesn't care much about Zodiacs, because it's like, yeah, you've Dryden pop, but I'm just gonna chain to like make your pop fizzle, and then I'll just deal with it from there, and I'll just loop your hand so that you don't have like Whiptail and all that. And then off to the side deck. You play one spell, it's just a 1 Raigeki. Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Board wipe, good card. 3 Quakings. I would play Stormings or Burnings, but I don't like the Blazing Mirror Forces, just because I honestly don't want to put too much damage on myself so that I can't use my Solemns.
Yeah.
Even though it does help in certain situations, I just think that Quaking is better. It keeps your opponent pressured. They can't Link Summon. They can't XCs. They can't really do anything with those monsters aside from like tribute them, but like who really tributes aside from like True Draco, and like and by the time they just tribute their spells and traps for a True Draco monster, so it's whatever. Pretty much next one is Triple D Barrier. Self-explanatory again. Pretty much stops your opponent from playing if they're on a very extra heavy base deck. You know, stops Zodiacs from playing, stops, you know, really anything, stops Magicians from playing, things like that. Next we play 2 cherries. Cherry targets, you know, I want to get rid of things before they could become a problem. Yeah, pretty much. Next we play 2 Veilers. Veiler, because, you know, I believe that Veiler is becoming a very good card in this format. With the resurgence of Invoked coming in soon, and things like that, you know, it's just like Veiler becomes a very clutch card. Helps prevent, you know, your opponent from gaining advantage. Helps with the very important card monster effects. And it's not like oh, this thing has to be directly chained to it. It's like you can activate this at any point in the chain link, and they'll negate the effect. Which is why I've always loved Veiler ever since it came out. It's still one of the best hand traps in the game, no doubt about it.
No, a lot of people have been dropping it lately in favor of like chalices and things like that.
I've been wanting to play chalice in this deck, but I can't find any space for it in the the side deck, to be honest. I was thinking about cutting down D-Berries and Quakings to 2 each, just to fit the chalices, but I'm not sure yet. Next we play Zaphion. To be honest, I kind of just threw this in there when I first made the deck, just because Zaphion in general is a really nice card. Shuffles back your opponent's whole back row. You kind of don't want to deal with back row, even though like you don't care about back row half the time. It's just a really good card to, like, you know, bait out things like strikes, warnings, things like that. Even though it is the cost of your normal summon, it's whatever. Because usually by the time you do this, you start building up a chain link, and then you activate your chain summoning from the hand, so you have more normal summons. So it's perfectly fine. It's a very good card, very huge blowout card against True Draco if they don't have an answer to it immediately. And as soon as it's sent to the graveyard, you get to draw a card, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
And lastly, 2 Kaijus. Kaijus, universal problem solvers, self-explanatory. You can get over this by using, you know, your honest, you know, using your honest, using your crystal wings, things like that. It's a really good card, very powerful card, very, I think, necessary thing in this game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a deck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the deck profile once again, Sergio. Any shout outs you want to give? Anyone you want to?
Shout outs to.
What are you doing? I'm helping you.
No.
I mean,
Whatever. Shout outs to Junior to my boy Junior for hooking me up with the Winwich engine. Currently, I'm just borrowing them until he needs them again. Also, big thanks to Jason, this guy that goes to my locals. He pretty much helped me fine tune this deck at the last minute, so it's not like a jumbled mess.
Oh, Jason's the man.
Yeah, funny enough, I actually know more about the deck than him, but like, well, I don't think I do know more about the deck than him. I think we're both like equal on like knowledge on the deck, but like he really did help me fine tune this deck. You know, he does play a slightly different variant, but like he pretty much helped me like actually figure out card ratios on certain things like and all that.
So what's the last time?
And yeah, pretty much. That's literally it, really. And also a big thanks to like the people that that I found at a sneak peek when Code of Duels came out, because without them I probably wouldn't have gotten this whole deck done. Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. Well, Sergio, thanks so much for the deck profile.
No problem. Oh yeah, big thanks to Saber, my wife.
Oh, right there. She's a lady.
The wife.
Oh, you got multiples of her.
Yes. Too many.
Look at that, guys. 3 for the price of 1.
I don't play white shorts.
Just collecting them for the cards.
Collecting them for the memes, but yeah, that's the deck.
I did.
All right, guys. Thanks so much, bro. If you guys like the video, please remember to
I'll take a picture.
keep it stuck to Team Time Riders for more awesome content. If you guys want to see more stuff from Sergio as well,
I
let
got a
us know.
Dino deck coming soon.
Let us know in the comment section below. And as always, guys,
Also, continuously updating those light swords for the memes.
hell yeah! You gotta get a second YCS Utopia or fucking Minerva. Make it an Ultra.
Nah, you only need the one Minerva. That's it.
everybody gets
The
one.
Only the one.
The only one. You only need one in any deck.
Everybody gets one.
You heard it here, guys. You heard it here. Anyone who plays more than one Minerva is bad.
You can't play Minerva unless it's the YCS one.
That's right. That's right. All of your secrets, you gotta give them up for here. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Catch you later. Peace.